welcome to our first interview of our show here in the group. Welcome. If you're watching the replay, thank you for watching. Today we are going to be joined by Hannah Xu on how to save money with your taxes in particular, and how to keep more money in your business. You will absolutely love it. If you're watching, let me know, come in and tell me as well what would you like to get out. I'll bring Hannah right now on camera, so then we can definitely together here in the group. Let's see.
Hi.
Hey Anna,
Hi.
how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I am incredibly well, thank you very much. It's been a while actually since we talked last time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, I missed you. I missed
Oh,
you.
yeah. Oh, me too.
No, we used to talk a lot, and then what happened? I don't know. But thank you for joining today. Hey Laura, thank you for watching
Hi,
today.
Laura.
Now, today we are going to be talking about how to keep money in your business. That's the topic of the day. So we're going to look at different ways to save money through taxes and so on, because that's your genius. That's what you do. But you're not only an awesome accountant. You're much more than that. So before we go and dive into some strategies, why
Yeah.
don't you introduce yourself a bit more so we can people can to get to know you.
Okay, yeah, sure. So, hi, everyone. I've probably been kind of active for a while in the group. My name is Hannah. And yes, I run my own tax consultancy business in London. And of course, I help people reduce tax burden and with the numbers. But more importantly, it's really helping people with build better financial resilience. So they are more in peace with their money and they can really enjoy the money and enjoy their lifestyle. So that is what I do, and recently published a book. It's called Discover Wealth Through Tax.
Woohoo! So when did you publish the book?
The official published date, well, I can't even remember the date, 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
It's been for a couple of days, so it's relatively new.
That's brilliant. So we're going to put a link as well for people that want to get the book, which I highly recommend. Being following Anna's live streams and all the work that you do for many years. So Hannah, let's talk about money. Let's talk
Yeah,
cash.
yeah,
Let's
yeah,
talk cash,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
How?
sure.
Okay, first of all, what mistakes do you see make and other entrepreneurs making or other experts making when they set up their companies or that cost them money? Let's talk to some mistakes first.
Wow, in terms of mistakes, there are loads. But if we focus on experts or especially people who are really good at what they're doing, but then might not necessarily really pay attention to the finances are the ones. Because I work quite a lot with people in health, but what happened with them is that they're busy taking care of everyone else. They're busy looking after others' wounds, looking after others' health, but then they neglect their own, especially in finances. So it's like everyone is I call these people healers. So they're busy healing others, but then they neglect their own.
Yeah, I think that I don't know. I feel is a common thread from under many businesses. You take care of your clients, you help your clients, you do the best you can for them, but then sometimes we forget that that we need to keep our finances in order, our health in order, and we just do everything we can for our clients. So that's a big mistake. So focusing too much on the client and neglecting yourself. Then what
Yeah.
other mistakes do you see people making?
So other things people making, I think quite commonly, of course, in terms of the tactics or the details about like tax or rules, it's like smaller ones. But the other big one is when they have an accountant, when they work with professionals, they think these professionals will take care of the money for them. When they have the right professional, they'll be financially free, but it's not.
Yeah, it's like, oh, now I'm working with this person and I'm gonna be sorted for the rest of my life. They're going to do all the work for me. I don't even have to look at the spreadsheet. I don't even have to look at anything. Hannah, I'm going to hire Hannah and then she's going to sort out my life. Is not how it works?
Well, that's one of the biggest mistake. Yes, actually, when you are relying on your professionals to take care of this area for you, you're actually giving the power away, because eventually it is your business and it is your money. So of course we bring in the expertise. We know the rules, take care of the details, take away the time for you, so you don't have to. So you can really focus on the clients and without neglecting the other area. But then in the end, you are the decision maker and you still have the financial power for yourself.
I think this is a big thing on the entrepreneurs. As entrepreneurs, we just don't want to look at that money. I mean, we do what we do it for our clients, we do it for our lifestyle, we do it because we want to have a lot of money. But when it's coming to checking our money regularly, I remember it took me a long time before I got into the habit of knowing how much money I have on a daily basis, know how much money I'm going to make in the next 3 months or in the next 6 months, and having that financial awareness. And I still have people behind my back say, Simone, check it out. And you know, it was an eye-opening moment when I hired an accountant, and I was there thinking that this accountant was going to sort out all my problems, and apparently he didn't do a great job. So when we had a chat with another accountant, because we realized that literally our tax bill was supposed to be like £12,000 more than what we should have paid, just because of how the first accountant set up the company. And I remember when the other accountant came on board and said, "Oh my God, like why have you set up the company in that way?" And it was our mistake. We didn't take responsibility. We didn't take responsibility of the money. We didn't double check or get other advice. We're just say, "No, you're an accountant. You do everything." Okay, give me another mistake that other people make.
Other mistakes, well, one, I think for entrepreneurs or the startups, there are two types of the people. One is very, very cautious. So some people are very cautious and then very careful. They're checking everything. But there are some people just, oh, whatever. So other mistake is they don't check in themselves. So they don't really look at the guidance. They probably have a thought about something, but then they've been carrying on. I think that's, again, it's probably not all their fault, but they are not properly informed. So for some people, they've been carrying as a sole trader for ages, but suddenly realized, yeah, hang on a second, why am I paying so much tax? Actually, I'm better off just restructure the business. Yeah, so they don't know what they don't know.
All right. So one is that is also lack of information and lack of the right things to do. I don't know what's available. I don't know what's the right thing. Okay. So let's now transition to what can we do
Yeah,
to keep this money? Because I don't like. I mean, we work so hard. We
yeah.
work really hard. We work long hours. Me and you, we do the same. Everyone else in this group is working hard to make things happen. And the thing that you don't want to do is just to throw away the money like you don't care, and you work so hard it's just for peanuts. So Hannah, what can we do to keep that money? Tell me.
Well, it's I would say keeping the money is both an art and a science. So for me, the sort of my concept is we need both, the mindset as well as the knowing the basics to keep the money. And of course, the mindset, loads of money coaches, loads of financial resilience or money mindset coaches out there. There are loads of information on this. I think we are very, very abundant in this kind of information. But on the other side, the number side, people do shy away from knowing the numbers. So, and also I think what I realized when I'm working in this profession is there's a gap in between. So there's a gap between business owners who absolutely know nothing, as well as the professionals. They've been trained probably in a way that they know a lot of technique. They know the rule from inside out, but they wasn't able to communicate in a way that people understand.
Yeah.
So that is why I believe I started doing all these live videos and all these books. Just want to be in a way that this information is available and it's important for you to know, and it's not boring. And
Don't talk to me about freaking spreadsheets, okay? Hello, Sis. Great to see you. Okay, so one thing is to talk to someone, but give me what I want. Give me some tips. Give me some advice here. So, for example, let's talk about the way one of the things that you would do with your clients to help them keep more money. What is some of the advice that you find yourself giving a lot of different people? Give me something juicy here, Hannah.
Okay, something juicy.
Give me something juicy.
Of course. Okay, something juicy. So, of course, for a lot of entrepreneurs, when we are, especially when we are earning a lot of money, there might be the case that, yeah. So, something juicy for entrepreneurs. Of course, there will be a lot of ways, and it's different to individuals. But one thing I always advise, which is very simple one, which is people always missed out, it's a tax deductions. And of course, there are loads of ways, like there are obvious ones, like something related to business, but other things like something maybe you as a director, you are benefit from, but they don't know it's a deduction. So things like, do they know that they can actually, so one example, which is one of my signature tax advice.
Yeah, go for
it.
So
your travel, so your trip to somewhere, your trip to your favorite destination. So if that's a holiday, then that is not tax deductible. But what if you go there with intention that you want to grow your business, you want to do some market research there, and then in that case, your flight, because we do pay a lot, like on the flight, accommodation, on the foods over there. Mm-hmm. So what if your intention is going there is to expand your network for your business, to seek for the possibility to add value to the people over there? Then that's eventually, it is a tax deduction.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Yeah. So, do you have to prove in some way? Because, on the other hand, just playing the devil's advocate here, I can go every holiday and I put it there, right? And I put it on my business, and I say, oh well, I was there for business. But do you need to have something to prove, or pictures, or maybe a receipt or something? Or do institutions even look for that? What is your experience with it?
Okay, that is a very good question. So, of course, we do need to document everything when it comes to business. So again, here, when it comes to claim these type of things, it's not always black and white. So right. First of all, I would say don't try to do anything for the pure purpose of reducing tax. Or we put it in other way, that don't let the tax tail wag its dog. So if that's just a holiday, you want to relax, then just let it go. But if that's something that can be justifiable as a business, for instance, if you go there and you want to do some networking, I think it sometimes become very natural for entrepreneurs want to do some networking
it's
and
normal.
About business. It's normal. So yes, of course, you need to prove that you did some homework up front to look out for the networking events. And then when you get the receipts, which is related to business, make a note, what is that about? Um, yes, make a note, what is that about? And say, for instance, if you are having a meeting with a potential partner talking about business and you have the receipts, and just make a note that who you are talking with and what's that regarding to.
Oh, I like that.
So
I like this.
everything, yes, everything in black and white. Yes.
Perfect. So even sometimes I would go on holiday and we shoot some videos that I would do. For example, I went on the
Yeah.
cruise. Oh,
Yes.
damn it! I didn't put the cruise as an expense, but I did all the videos.
Of course.
I
Yeah,
could put the cruise.
that's part of your branding, right?
Oh my God, I didn't think about that. Such an idiot. I do it all the time. Oh, that's good. So I need to put all the expenses on the cruise. That was a lot of money, the freaking cruise. So I like that. I like that.
That is a lot of money. Yeah, yeah. That is, if that's part of your business branding. Of course, somewhere it doesn't have to be the formal document. It can be either just your business plan or some informal document saying having a picture down on the cruise. It's part of your branding. What's your brand about? You
Absolutely.
want to appeal to the high-end client. So have things in black and white as much as possible.
I like that. Okay, so one is wherever there is some business opportunities created, even claim travels, holidays that you do, as long as you can make a link, a strong link between the holiday and the business purposes. Okay,
Yeah.
give me one more tax advice, and then I'm going to ask you some other questions. Give me one more tax advice.
Okay, the other one, which is another signature one. So for people having cars, so
I have a car.
normally, yeah. So normally, if you buy the car, a lot of business owners, what they do is buy the car. They use both for personal as well as for business. So of course, for car tax planning is another theory. For some people, they might consider putting the car in the company because of very, very low emission car. So they get more tax deductions on the company. That's one trick, but that's more standard. That's not part of my signature. That's more standard.
Okay, give me another signature one. Give me something.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what.
give me something juicy. Give me some. We
Yeah.
know we like the juicier.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to talk about now. So what if you have a car and you paint your business logo on your car? You paint your business logo, the telephone number, the the website, and when you are driving around, that becomes a marketing vehicle. So people, yes, telling people about what you do on your car. And when people need it, they contact you. So that's a marketing vehicle.
Oh, you know what? I need to create. I need to have the GTeX Mobile. We
Yeah.
need to have the GTeX Mobile. Oh, I need. Okay.
Yeah, it's very similar to the, for some businesses, they have a van and they have all the logo, the telephone number. It's obviously it's a van what they do, and then there might be people straight away contacting them for the business. So that's another.
Do you know, for example, Edward J.C. Smith, Ed Smith? Do you know him?
At Smith. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a speaker in the UK, Champions Academy.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen his car? I don't know if he still has the same one. Oh, he used to have a Mini, and this logo is I think with a phoenix or an eagle. I don't remember. But yeah, this Mini was all completely branded. Champions Academy logo everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know if he still has it. I need to ask him. But it makes a perfect point, because I remember we went to a BNI networking meeting one morning, and he came in front of my place and he picked me up, and then we went together. And when I saw the car, I was like, man, you're branding everywhere there. So, okay, I need a GTeX Mobile. I need a GTeX Mobile right now.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about, I want to ask you a bit more, and then we wrap up the interview. I want to ask a bit more to get to know you better for the people that are watching. If you're watching live, guys, say hi. If you're watching the replay, use the hashtag replay. and put all the questions that you have below, even on the replay, because we can answer your questions. So question for you is, I know you have also other things that you do in life. You're not just run an accountancy firm, but also you do Taekwondo.
Yeah, yes, I do.
And
Yes.
you're a very dangerous person. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared of you. I don't know. I'm scared because I don't want to
Are
say
you
anything.
scared of me?
I am, because I don't want to say anything to upset you or piss you off, because then you might do some moves on me. So, but why did you decide to go into Taekwondo? What was that passion? Where did it came from?
Okay, so this is actually a very interesting story because I wanted to martial arts when I was very young, when I was a kid, because I was really inspired by the movies, like lots of martial arts movies, Bruce Lee or other kind of Chinese movies. But then, because Asian parents, they have this concept that girls should be girls, and they should never do anything that physical. But I am a rebel. So that's part of the reason why I started a business, because they never thought the girls should start a business. So
Wow.
yeah. So I didn't get to start until I was 18. But when I did, it felt so right for me. I think martial arts is not something make you more aggressive, but it's actually make you stronger from inside. And then to the point that you don't have to pretend to be strong from outside, because you are just that secure person. You are just a well-grounded person. So
Yes.
that's what I like about practicing martial arts. And also it's a healing as well in terms of energy. So yes, that's why I absolutely love it.
Oh, that's fantastic. So, for how long have you been in the UK now?
9 years?
9 years. So you
Yeah.
did you start your business in the UK, or did you start your first business in China?
I only started in the UK from 2014.
And how was, so you said that you started your business because also you were a rebel, and you went martial arts because you were a rebel. Um, how was it with your family I'm just curious right now. How did your family take it? Now, I mean, you're supposed to be a woman, so women don't start businesses and don't do martial arts in China. So how did your parents take it?
Well, I think because I'm so headstrong and they get to the point that they can't do anything about it. But the fact that now I publish a book, now I got my second Dan black belt, and I'm also even started to teach the juniors Taekwondo. So they see all this success, all these things that are coming, being so good, and then they actually started to accept it. Not just accept it, they started to be proud of it.
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy about that. Because sometimes you make these decisions that I think that in a one way, shape, or form, as human being, we want always to make our parents proud of us.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, sometimes parents don't approve the choices that we make,
Yeah.
because they have their plans that we want to follow. And there is always the kind of feeling of, well, I'm doing this, but I'm not completely happy, because also my parents are not completely happy. But I'm really happy that in your situation, actually, you were able to turn that around from what is she doing to, wow, I'm really proud of you, and now I see all the things that come up. So I'm really happy about that. And I think we can end this interview in this happy family note. Now, how can people buy the book? Tell us a bit more about the book, or even someone wants to contact you and they say, I need the best accountant in the world, and I want to work with Hannah. How can people reach out to you?
Okay, so first of all, about the book, of course, I will put a link in the comments. It's very simple. Now it's on Kindle, and then it's on Amazon. So you know how Amazon work, and then that's how you get a book.
You go now. What's the name of the book again?
Discover wealth through tax.
Discover Wealth Through Tax. I like the title. That's a very catchy title.
Thank you. So I put in the way that it's more based on the story or case study rather than just the theory. So it's really what people has done to reduce the tax burden and what's out there. So give you the comprehensive view. So you get to the point that you don't. Earlier I mentioned people like you don't know what you don't know. Either carry on as a sole trader or start a limited company. But I did have a case study on this to the point how an individual running a business as a sole trader and in which point that was the right time for him to start a limited company. So I do have a case study on that. So that's really
fantastic. I think it's a question that a lot of people are struggling with, in particular when they because a lot of people will start as a sole trader, but then they don't understand when is the right moment to switch into a limited company. I did the opposite way. I never I started as a limited company even when I wasn't making any money because I didn't know. I just wanted to have a company. It turned out to be the right choice. It turned out to be the right solution, but I just made, but I didn't even know that it was an option. Actually, I think I started a limited company because I didn't even know that sole trader was an option. So it was. But don't judge me. Don't judge me, please.
Sometimes these things also, the other party is really trust your intuition, especially when it comes to choosing the right accountant working with you, working for your business. Really trust your gut. Is that the person the right one for you? Sometimes maybe your brain says yes and your heart says no. So that's what I always think. Trust your intuition when it comes to seeking for the right advice and right professional working for a business.
That's brilliant, Hannah. And I'm sure that everyone is watching, if you're watching live or you're watching the replay, we're also going to put this interview on our podcast. So if you're listening to the podcast as well, then if you feel this connection with Hannah and they say, you know what, my heart says, I need to reach out to Hannah, make sure you reach out to her. Because also remember, if you don't reach out to her, she's gonna find you, and then she's black belt in Taekwondo. Jeez, I want to work with you. I'm gonna work with you just because I'm scared. At least I keep you happy. All right, Hannah. Thank you very much for joining in this interview in our group. And Explode Your Expert Biz group is the first one that we're doing, interviewing the members.
Wow.
Yeah, you opened
it.
You are the first one. You started a new trend. So guys, if you're listening to the show on our podcast, make sure you jump on Facebook and join the Facebook group, Explode Your Expert Biz, same name of the podcast. If you are already in the group and you want to be featured, just give a comment below and we'll reach out to you to do our weekly interview. Hannah, thank you very much for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure
to be here. Thank you.
Have a great day.
Yeah, have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.